There you go. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. So give it a second. Let folks come on in. We're going to answer some questions today. There you go. There you go. Go ahead and send this out. Islam, Islam. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum to my Moors, my Muslims, my Muslims out there. Peace. Islam. Shalom. You know what I mean? If you get down with that Hebrew, shalom. What's happening? This is what I wanted to do. Bam. Ah, that's what you gotta do. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We got that going. I'm just gonna add this real quick. We're gonna add this real quick. Let's do this for a second while folks is getting ready.
My name is Abdulkadir Ibrahim Mohammed, a student in Rida Orphanage Center. I have memorized the Holy Quran. I would like to read Surah An-Nisa. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وإن امرأة خافت من بعدها نشوزا أو إعراضا فلا جناح عليهما أن يصلحا بينهما صلحا والصلح خير وأحضرت الأنفس الشح وإن تحسنوا وتتقوا فإن الله كان بما تعملون خبيرا ولن تستطيعوا أن تعدلوا بين النساء ولو حرصتم فلا تميلوا كل الميل فتذروها كالمعلقة وإن تصلحوا وتتقوا فإن الله كان غفورا رحيما وإن يتفرقا يغن الله كلا من سعته وكان الله واسعا حكيما ولله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض ولقد وصينا الذين أوتوا الكتاب من قبلكم وإياكم من اتقوا الله وإن تكفروا فإن لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وكان الله غنيا حميدا ولله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وكفى بالله وكيلا إن يشاء يذهبكم أيها الناس ويأتي بآخرين وكان الله على ذلك قديرا من كان يريد ثواب الدنيا فعند الله
Adam, come on, man. Hey. Hey, you on camera already?
I don't care.
Come on, come on.
Show them this. How you doing, brother? Assalamu alaikum.
Hey, can I hear that again? Adam, please. Come on, man.
Nah, brother. Nah, man. Alright, got you. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم حاميم والكتاب المبين إنا جعلناه قرآنا عربيا لعلكم تعقلون وإنه في الأم كتاب لدينا لعلي حكيم أفنضرب عنكم الذكر صفحا أن كنتم قوما مسرفين وكم أرسلنا من نبي في الأولين وما يأتيهم من نبي إلا كانوا به يستهزئون صدق الله العظيم وبلغ رسول كريم ونحن على ما قال مولانا ومصطفانا من الشاهدين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
All right, all right. Islam, assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum to the beautiful Muslim brothers and sisters out there. Islam to my Moorish brothers and sisters out there. Peace, what's happening? I'm Rami Salamel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. What do we have today? Well, real simple. I'm here to answer some questions. Q&A session with the Moors, addressing all the issues with the Moorish movement. Shout out to New More Order for the inspiration. I was listening earlier, and I think a live build with any of these quote unquote master teachers, the so-called grand sheiks, these leaders of these different spin-off groups, etc., etc., etc. I think those people all need to come onto a forum live, bring the Moorish literature, okay? Not this other additional extra stuff. We don't need the remix. You know what I mean? We don't need the bonus pack. We don't need the extra levels. Let's just stick with the Moorish literature and let's get some clarity on these things. I think that would be really important. Morris Chester, with all due respect, this is not a place where you can get your fix. I would advise you to look elsewhere. This is for teaching and instructing. We're going to be sharing some information. We're going to be building with Moors about the issues within the Moorish movement. If you have a question in regards to that, feel free to speak up. If not, if you keep with the spamming, got to do a little house clean. I don't want to, but I will if I have to. And then this is also, please to the individuals that may be watching this and they in the cut. You know what I mean? Speak up now. I'm here. I don't even have any clips to go. Well, I mean, I got one clip that I wanted to show, but other than that, you know what I mean? I don't have nothing planned. I'm here, one, because tomorrow is the beginning of Ramadan, and I'm going to be working on myself, purifying myself, striving to be a better Muslim. So I'm not going to be giving much attention to my channel or to the the peanut gallery, if you will. But that's why I said let me come on to the forum here right now, be here live, in case there was anybody that has some questions. You know what I mean? Want to discuss anything? I'm here. Oftentimes when I'm live and I have my set things, you know what I mean, I don't see people chiming in with the questions. So I said, let me make a space where it's open. They can come and bring their questions. They can, express themselves. I'm here. You know what I mean? So go tell a friend to tell a friend, and you know what I mean, those followers that I know a couple of y'all watching. Go get your mans in them. Go get your master teachers, your god brothers, etc., and ask them to please bring the questions. If there was something I wasn't clear about with the Aleem El Bay video, or the Kush Day video, or the Taj Tariq Bay video, or the Sabir Bay video, if there's something I was unclear about, if it's something you didn't understand, if it was something you needed me to clarify, come on with it. Come on with it. Come on down. Oh, appreciate the question. Oh, wow. Skills on the platform. Peace. Them dudes are fake. They only want your money. They definitely make a lot of requests for you to donate to their Cash App, to become honorary members, to pay your dues to their temples, if you will. I see a lot of requests for money. You know what I mean? I do see that. But Zukases, I apologize if I mispronounced that. That's a tough one. We can call you ZU for today. ZU, what's happening, ZU? Peace, good brother. What are your thoughts on Baylor Bay Nine Feathers. He seems like a great brother. I don't peace. I don't know much about Baylor Bay Nine Feathers. I'm almost positive that's the brother with the Moorish travel documents. Am I right on that? Um, if that is the person that I'm thinking about, or if we're thinking about the same person or speaking about the same person, I don't know too much about uh, what he has going on. At least from looking from the outside in. Okay, cool. From the outside looking in, I've never heard him identify himself as a grand sheik. Um, I haven't. I don't hear him making these claims to be a leader of a Moorish Science Temple of America and then pushing this information. So, and then mixing in his own information in this kind of Masonic teachings. Um, so, I don't really have too much to say in regards to what he's doing, or really most Moorish brothers and sisters are doing in general. The reason why I spoke about Taj Tariq Bey, Aleem El Bey, Kush Day, the Trinidadian that's in Canada that's claiming to be a Moorish American, Sabir Bey. The reason why I spoke on those individuals, CM Bey, um, is because those individuals have been mixed in, and they themselves have been claiming to be leaders of the temple or grand sheiks or master teachers, and have been claiming to be a part of the Moorish Science Temple of America, but teaching things to go against what Noble Drew Ali taught. So, the reason why I bring up those individuals is not even to attack them. It's more so to address the information or the actions that's going on, and really is to prevent other people from being harmed or injured with their false teachings and their misleading. So, I hope that kind of explains things. Peace, Jane. Let me see if I can switch over here. I appreciate that message. Beautiful. I appreciate your humility. Nine Feathers is awesome. Um, oh yeah, we got this jokester. I'll address you in a second. Appreciate your humility. Awesome, man. My goodness, you too, dude. Peeped House Circle 7. It states you should make the altars of human hearts your sacrifices with love, not to slander or harm your brother. Hey, man. Hey, man. Noble Drew Ali made it crystal clear that we should be loving instead of hating. You know what I mean? It's a whole section that he speaks about in the Moorish literature called tongue, and it just is basically speaking, that old, I'd heard it from my grandma and older elder women. If you ain't got something nice to say, sweetie, don't say nothing at all. You know what I mean? Like that very simple piece of wisdom is the same thing Noble Drew Ali was echoing. You know what I mean? That, if you don't have something positive to say about somebody, just keep your tongue still. Don't even say nothing. And I think that more people who claim to be Moors or Moorish American and claim to follow Noble Drew Ali, I think they should leave all of this extra Moorish razzle dazzle stuff alone and get back to the basics. You know what I mean? Get back to something as simple as love instead of hate. You know what I mean? Islam, PYT, Tootie. Happy Holy Day. Whoa. That is scary. We are not going to have that. Pardon me. Yikes. Whoa. Sorry about that. Wow. Yikes. To the Morris Chester. Luffy got new gear, and this is how you're going to act. Religious temple Moors, Muslims, Christians. What I will say to the people that have the underhanded remark, or like the the backhanded. I don't even know what the shot that they throw at Moors, calling them temple Moors. Um, if you hear people that's watching this, if you're a new Moor, if you're not a Moor, if you're from the outside looking in, if you hear another Moor saying, "Oh, those temple Moors this," and they speak, or religious Moors that, and they're speaking negatively or with this kind of tone or energy that is somehow speaking down about the Moor Science Temple of America, or that you want to be a part of the temple, or that you have a religion, or that you're a religious person, be it that you're a Moor or not a Moor, but we're talking about religious Moors. If you see someone speaking like Morris Chester in the chat right now, if you see people doing that, understand that they are going against the teachings of Noble Drew Ali. It says very clearly in chapter 48, and I quote, it says, "Come all ye Asiatic of America and hear the truth about your nationality and birthrights, because you are not Negroes. Learn of your forefathers' ancient and divine creed." And I would humbly ask Morris Chester to look up what creed means. It's kind of interesting. The idea that you would speak against religion and speak against the temple, you literally are outing yourself as someone who is going against the teachings of Noble Drew Ali. So I think if you're a Moorish person and you're speaking down about temple Moors or religious Moors, or you're speaking down about religion in general, I think humbly you should check yourself, because you sound ignorant and it doesn't even make sense. It's not even logical what you're saying. Noble Drew Ali created the temple. He himself is a temple Moor or a religious Moor. There's nothing wrong with religion in general. In fact, Noble Drew Ali said specifically that those who prefer the Christian religion, it's all right. Those who go that path, it's all good. The door to religious freedom swings open to everyone. That is the beautiful thing about this country, the United States of America, if you didn't know Morris Chester and other people that talk down about religion. In this country, citizens have the right to choose whatever religion they want to choose. And in Islam specifically, there's no compulsion, so there's no forcing people to have to take on this way of life. Oh man, killing with kindness, man. A wise person taught me that. That's what we doing today. That's what we doing. Loving instead of hate. That's the key. That's the way. Oh yes. And I'm still waiting. Let me see if I could. Let me hold on 1 second. 1 second. Let me see if I could, because I don't see folks. Let's see. Let me see here. Let me drop the link in there. What country is this again? How is the U.S. a country? Tariq Bey. Whoa. Tariq Bey with the question from left field. Coming in smoking hot with that Moorish sovereign citizen. Here we go. Take it easy, man. Take it easy. I'm feeling good. I'm fasting right now. I fast on Fridays. Been preparing myself for Ramadan. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling light, man. I'm trying to keep it light, man. So don't be so you know what I mean? You could take off some of the question marks on the end of that. You feel me? Let's just take it easy. We gonna get there, man. I'm here. You ain't gotta be hostile. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta be hostile, man. Oh, let's see. Prophet makes a plea to the nation. It is the great God Allah alone that guides the destiny of this divine and national movement. Okay. I know all true American citizens. Okay. This is Noble Drew Ali speaking. Are you tuned in? Tariq Bey, I hope you're listening for me. This is coming from the Moorish literature, Tariq Bey, okay? And not to be confused with Taj Tariq Bey. Matter of fact, can we do that? Can we do that? Rather than just me talk it, I might as well. I might as well. Can I zoom in a little bit? There we go. There we go. Can you see that? There we go. There we go. Tariq Bey, are we tapped in? Let's read together now. I know, and this is again, Noble Drew Ali. This isn't Rami now. Noble Drew Ali said, I know all true American citizens are identified by national descent names to answer and apply to the free national constitution. Okay, are you following? Of this free national republic, are we following? Of the United States of America. Okay, are we following? Am I clear? Are we clear? Are we clear? Are we clear? Oh my goodness, man. So what country? The United States of America. That's the country. That's the country Noble Drew Ali was speaking about. Not this Moroccan empire, a Mexican Moroccan Moorish sovereign national, you don't got the jurisdiction empire. Not that stuff. Just the good old US of A. Okay? Okay? Okay. Let me see. Brother Bay, where, when did Noble Drew Ali say it's okay to be in the church or to be a Christian? I appreciate the question, Brother Bay. Let me see if we can go back. Let me go back. See, this is why I like this, man. I like this. So that we can get to the facts. You know what I mean? It's not what I'm saying. Don't get in your feelings because you're hearing it from me. Just take me out of it and just listen to the words. You feel me? Oh no, can't stop, won't stop. You feel me? No, Tariq Bey, I can't stop giving people the truth. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. You know what I mean? But to get to the question, I'm sorry. To get to the question. The question again was from Brother Bay, where and when did Noble Drew Ali say it's okay to be in the church or be Christian? Okay. And this is coming from, just so you're clear, this is from the Moorish literature, number 34, the Moorish Science Temple of America. And just in reference to Moorish Chester up there, you see at the top it says that it was it's a legally organized religious corporation. But let's go back down, and it says, we of the Moorish Science Temple of America, like countless other American citizens, there we go again with that American citizen stuff. Oh my goodness. Oh wait, I got to get off the screen so I'm not blocking the words. My fault, y'all. 1 second. Boop. There you go. We, like countless other American citizens, know that we must live together here in America in harmony, friendship, and goodwill, whatever our race and creed may be. Again, look up that word creed, Mr. Chester. Please do the etymology on that, Mr. Chester. It is only from a purely religious standpoint, it seems at this time, that we differ from a large number of fellow Americans. We believe in and foster the Muslim religion. Islam. Assalamu alaikum. That's what we foster. Moorish Americans. But, if we just hold on, it says we believe in the principles of its teachings insofar as they can be adopted to American life. But we feel that the Christian religion is all right for those who prefer it. Noble Drew Ali again said this, not Rami. Don't get mad at Rami, okay? It says, according to Noble Drew Ali, we feel, Moorish Americans, people of the Moorish Science Temple of America, that the Christian religion is all right for those who prefer it. If you prefer it, Brother Bay, it's cool. That's what you prefer. That's what's up with you. You feel me? In America, religious freedom is guaranteed to all under the Constitution. Islam. Oh, praise Allah. You see how that's harmony. You feel me? That's living in peace with our other fellow American brothers and sisters, American citizens, brothers and sisters out there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me get another question in. Oh, no riddles. Oh, no riddles. I ain't got none of that Moorish razzle dazzle, Mr. Kringle. What in the doohickey? Oh my goodness, man. Oh, I gotta buy my man I don't know if he drink or whatever. I gotta buy him something. That be having me rolling. What in the doohickey? That's how I feel reading this Tariq Bey. What in the doohickey are you talking about? The U.S. is a service corporation occupying the land. Is that not a fact? No, sir. We're not gonna go with that more sovereign citizen rhetoric here on this channel. See, true Moorish Americans, we follow the teachings of Noble Drew Ali. Okay, true Moorish Americans, we follow the teachings of Noble Drew Ali. And what are some of those teachings? What does that have to do with what he said? Well, let me show you. And I'll bring the screen up because I like bringing the screen up. You know what I mean? It's good to bring the screen up so I can just boop right there for you. What was you saying? Boop, it's right there. What was you talking? Boop, right there. There you go. There you go. Let me try to zoom in because this is kind of small words. Okay. Yeah, we're going to zoom in a little bit and then just scroll across there. Yeah. Then we're going to drop my cell phone up out of there. Boop. There you go. You see that Act 5, and let me just get my little thing right here. See this right here? Act 5. You can see that. You can see that circling, right? You can see that right there. What were we going back to? That question. Who is that person again? Who is that person? I just seen the question. Yes, Tariq Bey. How could I forget? Tariq Bey. Act 5, Tariq Bey. Okay. It says this organization of the Moorish Science Temple of America is not to cause confusion or to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government. That said government would be the United States of America. And it says, but to obey hereby. Okay, so we're supposed to obey the laws of the government. And then Act 4, it says right above it, all members must preserve these holy and divine laws, and all members must obey the laws of the government. Okay, must obey the laws of the government. So all that more sovereign citizen razzle dazzle, please take that over there with them folks. Okay, true Moorish Americans, we obey the law. We respect the government. We are not here to cause confusion or try to overthrow the said government. Are we clear? Are we clear? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Do I have another question? So one can be a Christian and a Moorish American Muslim with the Moorish Science Temple of America. Sir, Brother Bey, sir, if you're a Christian, how would you be a Muslim? Muslim is Muslim. It's sort of like, never mind. Define sovereign citizen in law terms. Jerome Bey. Okay. I mean, I've heard this over and over and over. I had people ask me, where does it say sovereign citizen in the law dictionary? Where is it in the law dictionary, Rami? I feel you. I hear what you're saying. I really do. You know, I hear you, man. But this is the thing, man. This is the thing. I'll come back to the question. My bad. Take it easy, champ. Take it easy. Take it easy. I'm trying to do a whole lot right here. I didn't mean to skip your question. Take it easy. But here we go. See, this is the FBI website, okay? You're speaking about sovereign citizen, okay? This is the FBI website. So if you just Google sovereign citizen and FBI, it'll pop up, right? And then if you scroll on down, I'm gonna zoom in for you so you can see. And this was, mind you, you can see the date up here, 4/13/2010. There's definitely plenty of articles that have updated on this information. I just go to this one because it's real simple. It's right here for you. It says sovereign citizens are anti-government extremists who believe that even though they physically reside in the country, they are separate or sovereign from the United States. As a result, they believe they don't have to answer to any government authority, including courts, tax entities, motor vehicle departments, or law enforcement. They cause all kinds of problems and crimes. For example, many sovereign citizens don't pay their taxes. They hold illegal courts and that issue warrants for judges and police officers. They clog up the court system with frivolous lawsuits and liens against public officials to harass them. And they use fake money orders, personal checks, and the like at government agencies, banks, and businesses. And it goes on and it continues with some more information like this here. See that? Oh, it did highlighted everything. But if you just go down at the bottom, sovereign citizens are often confused with extremists from the militia movement. I'm going to stop right there. The militia movement. Now, what group did we see calling themselves a militia? And how were they identified? Not by me. You can go Google it for yourself. It's plenty of articles. It was nationwide news. Look at the articles and see how those Rise of the Moors militia group, how those people were identified. Then Brother Bay, was it Brother Bay that asked me the question? My bad. No, it wasn't Brother Bay that asked me that question. It was Jerome Bay. Excuse me, Brother Bay. Jerome Bay is asking about sovereign citizens. So just do the research for yourself and you'll see for yourself. It is what it is. Now, if you want to deny this idea of a sovereign citizen and you want to dismiss all of the literature, all of the reports, all of the police cases and all of the court cases and all of the documentation that establishes what sovereign citizens are, if you want to just ignore all of that, you can do that. But it won't change the facts of the situation. Just letting you know that. But let me get to Brother Pierre. My bad, Brother Pierre. I didn't see your question. Let's see. I just want to make sure I get your question in there, Brother Pierre. Okay, I think I see it. Islam, Brother Pierre. I believe it's Brother Pierre. Islam, I've been asking to apply for U.S. citizenship, but I don't want to lose my Caribbean Haitian nationality. Ooh, interesting question we have. Hold on, I lost it. And become a corporation property. I don't know what you're talking about in terms of corporation property. I also don't know what you're talking about, how you would lose your nationality. I think you can easily be a Haitian American, just like you could be a Jamaican American or maybe even a Trinidadian American. You know, you know. Oh man, yeah. So I mean, I'm not a lawyer, so I can't give you any legal advice anyway, or none of that. Just for the record. But to your question, yeah, I don't know anything about the whole idea of corporation property or that you would lose your nationality. I think you just identify yourself as a Haitian American and apply for citizenship. Yeah, seems simple to me, Peace, sir, retro. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Let me see. Let's see. It's some crazy questions, but this is what we here for. I'm here. Come on, bring the questions. I mean, I was hoping I'd see Mr. Trinidadian in Canada, you know what I mean, claiming to be the Moorish. I was hoping I was seeing him in the chat and saying that he's gonna, or Sabir or any of these other individuals, so they can't say, oh well, I don't want to talk to them face to face. I'm here. I'm here. The forum is open and available, but they seem to not be here. They seem to be, they never seem to be available when I'm live. I don't know why that is. I don't know. Let me focus. Let me focus. 1 second. Here we go. Let me focus. Tom Peters, definition of a sovereign citizen in law terms: a person which will be in jail. Man, hey, that sums it up. That sums it up. Is there a difference between the government Noble Drew Ali was under and the government of America today? I don't know exactly what you mean, the government of America. Um, you know, Again, if it's like hinting towards that hidden Masonic, what's the term that the Grand Master teacher uses? The de facto, you know what I mean? The de facto hybrid colonizer, blah 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 blah. Man, cut it out. Cut it out. United States of America. Let's work off of that. Okay? Okay. You cannot just cherry pick the laws, man. A new more order. I like why they need us to agree with their terrorist activities for them to do. Listen, what I've understood, what I've come to understand is it's like them people that want to do something that they know ain't right, but they ain't got the courage to just go do that wrong by themselves. So they're like, yeah, let's go. Come on, y'all, let's go do this because it'll be easy and we could and if we just go all do it together and just all of us go together, then it'll be nah. Don't put me in that. You and your people, y'all go do that stuff over there. Noble Drew Ali told me to follow the law. Noble Drew Ali told me to study and unite with Islam. You know what I mean? To honor all the true and divine prophets, to love instead of hate. So that's what I'm on. All that more sovereign citizen, we gonna try to squat and take somebody's house, and we not gonna get a driver's license and the what's the lane? What's the the policy enforcers don't have jurisdiction over me. All of that stuff, man. Keep that with the master teacher Taj Tariq Bey and them. You know what I mean? And RV Bay Publications and the guy up in Canada claiming to be a Moorish American Grand Sheik, and everybody else that's clicked up with them and those people and the secret society Masonic dudes with the rings and the I self-law and master Moors and all of those kind of people. Keep that over there and leave true Moorish Americans and true Moors and true Muslims, you know what I mean, people that follow the teachers of Noble Drew Ali. Let us do our thing over here. Y'all can do y'all thing over there, way over there. So that when, the consequences come for the actions, y'all can take that and fully own that. You know what I mean? All the way. You can own all of that. Take all of that. You know what I mean? Don't mix me in with that. I mean, and if you are so sure about it, if you such the master teacher and you just got all this wisdom and knowledge and you just know everything, then do it. You don't need me. You don't need me to co-sign that. Go do your thing. Family. You know what I mean? But they don't want to do that. What you got to understand, people that's watching this, you got to understand that a lot of those individuals are cowards. It's a sad truth. Yeah, they bounced up out of here. They, how much time is Jamal facing? Guess the sovereign laws didn't work for him. He's facing decades, at least I believe 10 years, him and some of the other individuals, especially I think the people that had previous crimes, and Jamal had, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, had he was on bail, or out on bail or bond or something like that for a different case altogether. So that brother, he's in some, yeah, I mean. But let me focus. Questions? Any more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions in regards to the Moorish movement? Again, something I said that you feel was mistaken, it was in error. Please, let's talk about it. Send this out to them peoples. You know what I mean? If they watching, tell them come on. Just hit in the chat. Hey, they here. They want to come on live. Come on with it. You know what I mean? No, TS Bay, I'm not going to go on there live. And you know why? Would you like to know why, TS Bay? Because I already went on, a bunch of different people's lives or had conversations with them, and they don't answer the question. More to the point, like with Sabir, he can't. First of all, he said, if you bring your evidence, bring the facts, bring the proof. I come in and I try not to be on the screen. He was saying people was cloud chasing, so I try to not even be on the screen. Then he said he want to see me on the screen, so I come on the screen. I try to present the evidence. I try to get the facts. Then he interrupt me. He want to talk for 5 minutes. I'm patient. I sit there quietly, wait my turn. When I try to start speaking, he add 5, 6, 7 different people to the chat. Now everybody trying to ask me questions, interrupted. So I say all of that to say they don't want me to be on their lives. They don't want to have this discussion for real. They don't. Do you know why? It's not because Rami is smarter or better or more holy or none of that. It's because I am speaking on what Noble Drew Ali said. And I keep pointing people to the facts of what Noble Drew Ali said. And they don't like that. It makes them uncomfortable because you can clearly see who's lying, who's scamming, who's the fraud, and who's legitimate. And it is not in their best interest to have that discussion with me. It is much easier for them to try their best to talk about every single thing, you know what I mean? Every single thing but the information. Understand this. Go back and just look and pay attention. Listen closely. Take your ego, take your feelings out of it, and listen to what I say. Listen to the questions that I ask, and then listen to how they respond. You ain't even got to believe me. See, because the evidence is already there. Just watch and pay attention and see how they try to talk about everything. They talk about my mama, my dad, my children, what I watch. They talk about how I look and my music and this, that, and the third. But what about the evidence, though? They ain't got nothing for that. Quiet as church mice. You know what I mean? And that's just the facts, man. And I do my best to be humble and to not. I'm trying not to be confrontational in that way. I'm trying to not. I keep emphasizing it's not about me. It's not about anybody personally. It's about the information. It's about let's do what Noble Drew Ali informed us, instructed us to do. Let's follow the prophet's teachings, because I believe he was a divine prophet, just like Prophet Muhammad, Prophet Jesus, peace be upon them all. So in doing that, that's why I carry myself the way I do, and that's why they have a problem with it, because they don't consider Noble Ali a real prophet. They don't honor Prophet Muhammad as a true and divine prophet. They don't read the Quran. They don't read these holy books. They are not who they claim themselves to be. And I know that's hard for some people to understand or some people to accept, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? More questions. More questions. More questions. Taj Tariq is a yeah. Cowards and con artists, Tom Peters said, and you are ruining their little rackets. That's what I realized where I was speaking to brother Swindle today. What time for Swindle, man? And what I reflected on after the conversation is the things that I'm speaking on. And it's not just me, it's other people. The way Swindle and Facts and Frauds and these other people are highlighting them, the way the New More Order is calling them, and they're doing it from a different angle than I am. See, I can't really express myself all the way how I really want to, you feel me? But that's why I'm grateful how amazing Allah plans all of this. See, because I can present my stuff this way with the love. You know what I mean? With the love. It's still all love to those people that got hate for me. And see, they try to dismiss me. And then Brother New More Order come in with that flame. And like, we definitely don't want to get away from it. So then they go, oh, shoot. But the Facts and Frauds and Swindle and JT, the accountant, them brothers, they on us too. Where do we go? We need to keep this scam going. We need to keep this fraud going. Well, let's try to attack Rami. He seemed like the easiest one because he just keep talking about love. And I get it. It's cool, man. But I keep warning people, man, you probably should stop playing with this movement, man. Because this is from Allah. This is from our creator. But, people don't want to listen to me. They just, people like Kush Day said I was a dummy. So, the wise can play the fool, but the fool can't play the... Never mind. You wouldn't understand. Peace to the chat, Mizak. My question is, what qualifies someone being a Moor? And what will or would disqualify someone being a Moor? That's a cool question. It's not, a Moor isn't some position that you get qualified for. It's our ethnic identity, you know what I mean? It's our proper identity. Before we were known as blacks, Negroes, coloreds, African Americans, Black Americans, Afro Americans, coons, etc., all of those kind of names, we were identified as Moors. So, that name is just the proper identity for us as a people. It's not a qualification thing, yeah, I hope that answers the question. Kind of like you don't qualify to be a Chinese, or you don't qualify to be. It's not like you got to pass some tests and say, okay, well, now you've qualified to claim Chinese identity. You know what I mean? It's who you are. It's who we are from birth. Most of us just did not know about this information. Did not know about our true history. Yeah, so that is the problem. Bin Netter Ra. It's so hard for us to agree with simplicity in these times. Yeah, it is. It is hard for many people to focus on the simplicity of things, even though Drew Ali made it real simple. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Made it real simple. If I could show you right there. See that right there? Know thyself and Allah. You know what I'm saying? Real simple. Real simple. Excuse all the writing. Um, Let me clarify my question. In the Moorish literature, Noble Drew Ali referred to America as a republic. Are we still under a republican form of government today? Oh my goodness. A democratic republic. That's what, you will refer to it as. Hope that helps. Is Taj Tariq Bey someone you respect? Bin Netara. Taj Tariq Bey is someone that I did have respect for. Unfortunately, more information has come to light regarding Taj Tariq Bey. And over the past, I don't know, 10, 12 months, a year and a half or so, I've been looking even more closely and listening more closely to certain things and certain teachings that he has said and others have said. And now I am certain that Taj Tariq Bey has been intentionally misleading Moorish Americans and misleading true Moors and misleading the general public about what Noble Drew Ali was about what the Moorish Science Temple of America is about what Moors, what this Moorish movement is about. And because I now understand it's not some accident, it's not like he just made an honest mistake. No. It's been intentional lying and misrepresenting and misquoting Noble Drew Ali and morphing some of the teachings in order to inject his own rhetoric and ideology and some of this secret Masonic kind of teachings. He has been injecting and remixing Noble Drew Ali's teachings with those teachings and his own stuff. And as a result has misled thousands of Moorish Americans and thousands of people off of the path, has gotten, my guess would be hundreds of people involved in court cases and crimes. Some people have had their children taken away from them, their homes, or their vehicles taken from them as a result of following the teachings of Taj Tariq Bey, who has been claiming that he is following the teachings of Noble Drew Ali and is not. He has been claiming to be a grand sheik and he is not. So that is why now I don't have the respect I have for Taj Tariq Bey, because now I understand, this dude is not who he says he is. You know what I mean? And that's all due respect to him as an elder, and I say these words, I'm trying to choose my words carefully out of respect. You know what I mean? However, Taj Tariq Bey isn't someone I worship. He isn't some divine prophet. He isn't, some superior human being, and ultimately he has to be accountable for his actions. It would be ideal for him to be accountable here, while he's still on earth. But at some point, we all have to be accountable of our actions to Allah. You know what I mean? And at that point, good luck, man. Good luck. They answer with another question. They definitely do, John. Let me see these questions. Here. They get loud talking over you. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So hundreds of years ago, anyone of African descent or any African country is more, not just from Morocco. No, Chris King Kringle. No, not anyone of African descent and not from any African country. But mostly the people in Northwest Africa, Morocco, Mauritania, and then sweeping on down on this side, Western Sahara, Mali, Senegal, Liberia, and also at the top, Tunisia, Libya. What was that other one? Egypt, a little bit of Egypt. So all in that region is typically where people were identified as Moors. But then you also have the evidence and documentation. I just don't feel like grabbing it right now of Moorish people who were enslaved and brought from West Africa over into North America. They were identified as Moors as well. Um, and then you also have evidence of some people in Southern America and Central America. They were identified as Moors as well. But not, just to be clear, I can't say every single person of African descent and from any African country was identified as Moors. That would be incorrect to say that. Um, I hope that kind of clarifies. Honest question. Have you found any truth in any of Taj's teachings, Ways by Jungle? Yes. Yes, I have found some truth in Taj's teachings, and that in itself is why those teachings and why what he's doing is so dangerous and why it's been so effective, because he hit you with that Moorish razzle dazzle. You know what I mean? He hit you with that truth with a little bit of that falsehood up in that thing. You know what I mean? And that's the danger. That's the true con. That's the true fraud. Is using some of this truth and then mixing it in, remixing it, putting your little mix on that thing, you put your cut on it, and you mixing in some, you know what I mean? Some stuff that's deadly. You know what I mean? Never mind, I don't want to say that. But yeah. Yes, I've heard of Dane Calloway. He doesn't identify himself as a Grand Sheik or a leader of the Moorish Science Temple of America or a master teacher for Moorish Americans. So that's why, if you notice, I don't address Dane Calloway and some of the things he says. And, if you look back into some of my videos, you'll see when I was going after certain people. You know what I mean? David Banner, Corey Holcomb, Brother Polite, what's Young Pharaoh, some years ago when before I was really got humbled by Allah and really kind of helped me to understand what I should be doing. I felt like, man, anybody that's talking negative about Moors and got some influence, oh yeah, I'm after them. But then I got to a point where I started to reflect and look at our movement and look at everything we're doing, as opposed to point my fingers at everybody else and what they not doing and how the Nation of Islam ain't talking about Noble Drew Ali, blah. Yeah. All of that's cool. But what about us, though? You know what I mean? As I was taking accountability, what are we doing? Before we talk about anybody else, do we got everything on point with our organization? The answer, obviously, is no. And more to the point, it's so much wrong with our organization that we ain't got no time to talk to anybody else about what they doing wrong, especially outside the organization. Like, if you are at this point trying to attack any of the brothers and sisters from the Nation of Islam or any other organization, and you in the Moorish Science Temple of America, you sound crazy. I don't want to say crazy, but it's very hypocritical. And we look goofy. We look bogus. You know what I mean? It's like who y'all to talk? Yeah. I hear what you're saying, but where y'all businesses at? What are you guys actually doing other than talking about other people and what they not doing? And that's, the hard look that I had to give myself in this organization and figure out and be honest with myself. You know what I mean? And see like what's really going on. And I had to own that. I had to say to myself, man, we are not on point. It's just the facts. If somebody got some evidence otherwise, show and prove. Show me where the Moorish town is at. It's been almost 100 years. You mean to tell me ain't nobody got together and created it? All right. So like before we talk about anybody else, we gotta humble ourselves and get to cleaning up our temple, which is why, I'm speaking on certain things that I'm speaking on now. Kabuku. If you go, if you, I don't want to go over the entire thing again. If you go onto the channel, the YouTube channel, and look for the video, Taj Street Bay is lying about Noble Drew Ali. About an hour and a half of me kind of showcasing and showing improvement. But the long short answer is Noble Drew Ali told us to enforce the Constitution. That line right there, as far I'm looking to see if anybody else was pushing that before Taj, but that line seems to come from Taj. And that line is not what Noble Drew Ali said at all. You know what I mean? He's trying to make it seem like Noble Drew Ali told Moors, y'all got to enforce the Constitution. And that's not what Noble Drew Ali said. And the problem is he's using that lie and that twisting up of Noble Drew Ali's quote to push in and cram through all of his jurisdiction, de facto, all of this Moorish sovereign citizen kind of rhetoric, the Moorish razzle dazzle. Islam, Sheikh Ra. Yeah, and if you're unaware, really got to study Noble Drew Ali's literature first. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let me see. Let me go back up and get some questions real quick. Artie's corporate fiction. Yeah, Artie's corporate fiction. He been going in. You know what I mean? He been going in. Tom Peters. Can I ask what your role is in the Moorish Science Temple of America? Are you speaking on behalf of the Moorish Science Temple of America legal organization? No, I wouldn't say in the official authorized legal capacity. I couldn't make that claim. I'm speaking from the capacity of a Moorish American, a follower of Noble Drew Ali's teachings, a servant of Allah, of our Creator. Some people say God, the Most High, etc. And as someone who, let me just not just talk it, because people be talking. You know what I mean? People be trying to talk and say stuff. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that right. Man, that's kind of blurry. But it says issued June 25th, 2014. This was my nationality card when I tried to sign up to a Moorish Science Temple or a subordinate Moorish Science Temple. But after doing some research and finding out, Tom Peters, about the Supreme Grand Council, I said, all right, it's a whole lot of issues that we need to clarify. And there's no way for anyone to know who is the official, what is the official Moorish Science Temple, or what is an official Moorish Science Temple of America, who are the official legitimate Grand Sheiks, who is really in charge, and who are the frauds. There's no way we can sort that out until we address that issue. So my role in the MSTA is a Moorish American, a servant of Allah, doing my best to help guide other Moorish Americans and us as a collective to get back to the teachings of Noble Drew Ali. So I hope that kind of clarifies. I'm not claiming to be a Grand Sheik. I'm not claiming to be assistant Grand Sheik. I'm not claiming to be any sort of authority or legal, have any sort of legal authority or superiority over any other Moorish American or more, anything like that. I'm simply reading the literature of the person that I consider to be a prophet, and this is what it says for us to do. So I'm doing my best to follow the rules, follow the path of the person that created the organization. I hope that makes sense. Man, is there any of them folks around? I'm here. I'm not gonna be here too much longer, but I'm here. Please, if you're around, you ain't gotta hide in the shadows now. You don't have to. I'm not gonna cut you off. allow people to express themselves, just let me know. You're in the chat. Hey, I want, Kush Day. I'm in the chat. I'm trying to speak, Rami. Come on down. If Kevin from Trinidad, the Trinidadian in Canada, if he come on through. If Taj is come on through. Absolutely, Tom Peters. Absolutely, Tom Peters. Let me just read the question so other people can hear. As you're not speaking directly on behalf of the Moorish Science Temple organization, do you agree that the Moorish Science Temple of America could and should do more to clarify its structure? Absolutely. To your point, Tom Peters, I didn't take donations. I didn't ask for people to help me out, but I personally looked up and researched every single Moorish Science Temple of America that I could find online and their physical address, and sent them a letter, a real actual physical letter, and sent them a letter speaking about this issue to Supreme Grand Council and that we need clarity on this issue. And then for the ones that I couldn't find the physical address, I found the email address or a website and tried and submitted the letter electronically with the goal in mind to inform and get everybody informed about this issue, to get everybody working on this issue so that we can all get clarity and move forward properly. And if you're wondering, very few more Science Temple of Americas responded. Very few. I believe it was 2 letters out of maybe 60. Yeah. But I got faith that we're going to get right, and that's why I haven't moved off of this Supreme Grand Council issue. I'm going to keep on talking it. If it take, another 5 to 10 years before people be like, well, you know what, damn it, we tired of Rami talking about let's just settle this. If that's what it take, I'm cool with that. And then once we get all that figured out, Rami gonna be like, all right, y'all, I'll be in the back, quiet. You ain't gonna see the videos no more. You ain't gonna see me talking about Supreme Grand Council no more. No, we ain't gotta settle. We just need to get a little straightening. You know what I mean? Get a little straightening going on. Matthew Smith undercover. Yeah. What in the world? What in the doohickey? Hello, George Floyd. What's your view on faking your own death for the sake of giving yourself the Glock 3000? Whoop. And there goes that. Let me get some more questions in. Let me, you know what I mean? It's a bit sad that, those individuals that have so much to say are not making themselves available. I kind of figured this would be the way, but I was hoping that they speak up. But, is there no clear legal organization structure of the Moorish Science Temple of America than currently? No, there's a structure. It's a definite organization structure that is somewhat modeled after the United States of America and the 3 branches of government, with the balance of power. And then we have a grand body, and they confirm the people that are appointed to the Supreme Grand Council. So it's like there is a definite structure. There's supposed to be reports sent in monthly by all of the subordinate temples to the main temple through the Supreme Grand Business Manager. There's supposed to be a treasurer that is surveying all of the finances and accounting. At the end of the year or every year, there's an annual convention where every leader of the temple is supposed to report in and explain what's going on with their temple, the businesses, etc. If there's a new temple added, all of the other temples are supposed to be notified. So there's a definite laid out structure that if followed, it would clear up literally all of these issues. The problem is ain't nobody following the teachers. That's the problem. Everybody is trying to do their own thing. You got the Moroccan Empire, you got USAR, you got the Rise of the Moors militia group, you got this Canaan Land group, you got this the Great Seal West and the Great Seal East and the Great Seal Northwest, and you got what am I forgetting? The Moors Order of the Round Table, and you got RV Bay Publications that's trying to do their own thing, and Tahiri, what's her name? Light. You got a bunch of people, everybody trying to do their own thing instead of simply following the rules that Noble Ali laid down for us. And if we just follow the rules, like it's over. It's like simple. It's no issue. It's no confusion. We would know exactly who is who, how you do things, what is legit, what's illegitimate. Like all of it would be cleared up. But you know, it makes too much sense. You know what I mean? It makes too much sense to do what's right. Unfortunately, man, we hard headed. That's the real. That's the at the core of it. Moors is hard headed. Plain and simple, man. Hard headed. We definitely should not be calling each other sovereign citizens. Eric B, a Moor, M-U-U-R. I mean, I don't think we should be calling ourselves an M-U-U-R. You know what I mean? Noble Ali never said that. He never taught us that either. You know? And I don't associate myself with those individuals, the Rise of the Moor militia group. It's no we with me and them. It's them, and I'm over here with Noble Ali and Noble Ali's teachings and following the law. They can do whatever they want to do. And the government and a bunch of media outlets identify them as sovereign citizens. More sovereign citizens, giving them the respect. They didn't have to, they could have just said black sovereign citizens. But they giving them respect, like, all right, y'all call yourself more, we'll call you what you, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Let me see. Breckney L. There is no officials, bro. The MSTA is done. Our nature as Moors is to live what we practice, get our paperwork corrected properly, buy land, and bring up the ones that are worthy up with us. I hear what you're saying, Breckney L. I just don't agree that the Moorish Science Temple of America is done. I just don't agree. It's a bunch of people in the positions, and it's a lot of inactivity. It's a lot of cobwebs. It's a lot of maintenance that has to be done. You know what I mean? We need to do a lot of repair work, but it's not over. The organization is not dissolved or anything like that. You know what I mean? We just ain't been following the rules. So we gotta do an audit, clean house. Those people that ain't been following the law, get to the back. And hey, don't get mad at me now. Don't get mad at me. Noble Ali said that. Noble Ali said new Moors gonna come with their eyes wide open, seeing and knowing. Sit the old Moors in the back. Now, old, I ain't gonna, let me just stop. And respectfully, you would be a great candidate to be in the council. You have my vote. Respectfully, because I've heard that's been said to me a bunch of times. I'm talking over the years. Well, why don't you just start the Supreme Grand Council? You should do it with such and such and such and such. And I keep emphasizing it cannot happen that way. We can't just keep doing it how we want to do it. We got to follow. It's like, think about the government. You can't just say, well, I think you should be a better president, and you just walk into the office and just assume the duties. This doesn't work that way. Even if you feel that person will be, and everyone knows that person will be a way better president than the last president or last congressman or last whoever, last official, you can't just say, all right, well, he's in now, and that's it, and that's what we're rolling with. We got to do it properly. We got to follow the protocol and procedure. You know what I mean? Noble Drew Ali established a process for us to put people on the Supreme Grand Council that includes everyone so that everyone's represented. You know what I mean? And that is actually teaching us to be better citizens, because that's how the government was supposed to work. You know what I mean? We put people in office. Those are representatives. They go to Washington and represent us and do what we, you know what I mean? So that's how we have to do it. We have to get all the temples right. We have to get the leaders right for the temples. You know what I mean? And then we have to go through the proper protocol and procedures and have and do this the lawful and correct way, and not just how we want to do it, if that makes sense. Most temples are out of order. They are. A whole lot of temples is out of order. Out of order. Yeah, out of order. Oh, man. You see? Breckniel. You see? Oh, man. You see that there? And I understand, but I'm going to read this. Said they not set up properly. None of them. None of them got a 501D. Everyone is all over the place. So sad to see. So, Breckney L, he said, I will continue to do my own thing. I have inherited land in Louisiana, Alabama, Texas in a trust. And you have every right to do your own thing. But what I am doing my best to convey is that if we all just keep doing our own thing, the actual thing that we supposed to be doing, the actual organization that was set up for us, that's never going to get fixed. If we keep doing our own thing and trying to recreate the wheel and try to create a new organization because the one that was established for us is messed up, and we don't actually take the time to clean up and just fix that organization, none of this stuff is going to work for us. It may work for you and your family, but I'm speaking about for us as a collective, not just us personally. You know what I mean? But I feel you, and I understand. Trust me, I understand the frustration. I get it. I get why people's like, man, forget all of y'all. I'm doing my own thing over here. I can't trust nail one. All of these secret Masonic, they put I seen Taj with the grip and all of that, and I seen Kush Day with his little Masonic ring, and he just, they proud with it. Oh my goodness, all of these characters, man. I said, man, if I didn't understand, if I'm grateful that Allah showed me and I've experienced some things to understand, oh man, just gonna take some work. So I'm not gonna give up on this movement. I'm not gonna turn my back on these teachings just because it's a lot of fraudulent activity out there. But trust me, I understand it. It is frustrating. I get it 1,000%. Oh my goodness. I get it. Yeah, Tom Peters, I appreciate it. And, and this is not, I appreciate it. I'm going to just leave right there. Thank you. Eric B, no Rakim. Mr. Eric B with no Rakim. Why would the media calling somebody a sovereign citizen make it true? They call us Negroes, and it is not true. I'm not saying that the media simply identifying somebody as a sovereign citizen makes it true. What I'm saying is, man, look at the actions of those individuals. And then look at what is a sovereign citizen is defined as. And when you look at, if you just make a checklist of what sovereign citizens do, and then you take that checklist and you go over and you just look at what the Rise of the Moors militia group has been saying and doing, you'll start checking off all of them boxes. A wise older man taught me. He said, if it walked like a duck and it quacked like a duck, well, son, it ain't no dog. You know what I mean? Like, We just got to be honest. Like if you're a Rise of the Moor militia group supporter, I get it. You know what I mean? You riding for your peoples, but like in the real world, you know what I mean? Like realistically, that doesn't hold up the same as where's the crime? Where's the injured party? If there's no injured party, there's no crime. That defense is not going to work or hold up in court. They're going to hear what you're saying and then proceed to charge you and convict you of whatever said crime. You just saying, well, I didn't see a victim. There's no victim anywhere, so you can't charge me with a crime. It's like, fam. You know what I mean? We just got to, and I get it, but we just got to be honest and real with ourselves. Man, New Moor order. If Moors worship, let me get that right. If Moors worship the law, not these other men, if Moors worship the law and followed the holy Quran of Mecca, they would know how to command us to unite by the will of Allah. Praise Allah. And that's what a lot of these Masonic Moors and these individuals that have something against me and also have something against the New Moral Order, brother, what they don't understand, how can Rami be supportive? Because he talking this way and Rami be talking this. Yeah, we are not the same. We don't see eye to eye on every single thing. But there's something that unites us. It's the understanding that there is one Allah. We worship that one Allah. We don't worship man. We not worshiping Taj or any of these master teachers or any of these grand sheiks, or we not worshiping Noble Drew Ali. We not worshiping Prophet Muhammad. We not worshiping Jesus. We worship Allah. And that's what unites Muslims. That's the first pillar. Understanding the oneness of Allah. That's what, if you see pictures of me where I'm putting up this one, I got that. I learned that from Malcolm X's grandson, El Hajj Malcolm Shabazz. And I used to see him doing that in the pictures and asked him, and he was explaining, it's a sign for the oneness of Allah. And that is what we unite on, and we can have that understanding and that common ground to work from. And that's how all true Moors and true Moorish American Muslims should operate. That's the understanding and the beautifulness of Islam is understanding the oneness of Islam. You know what I mean? The oneness of Allah. Excuse me. Any more questions? Any more questions? I've seen a lot of masonry sus things here and there. It's now that I'm looking back on things and I'm looking Islam, Big Cloudy. Now that I'm looking back on things with a more critical eye, I'm seeing all of these individuals that are teaching this kind of more sovereign citizen stuff. They also happen to be these secret Masonic Moorish dudes. It's like a really weird thing I'm starting to see. You know what I mean? Aline, Taj, Sabir, Kush, Kevin, Trinidadian in Canada, CM Bay, Cosmo, Rami L. Bay, like Abdullah Bay, Rosmarai RV Bay. I mean, it's like a whole clique. You know what I mean? It's a trip, man. It's a trip. Yeah, and just to clarify, that ain't no shot towards anybody that's officially in a Freemasonry group or lodge or secret society or Shriner or what's the one, Eastern Star. Any of those, I don't have nothing against those organizations. My issue is with these individuals acting like they're Moorish Americans and acting like they honor the teachings of Noble Drew Ali and follow the teachings of Noble Drew Ali. But the whole time they've been trying to sneak in, you know what I mean? They've been trying to just sneak in a little bit, little bits and pieces and little morsels and crumbs. That secret Masonic stuff. It's like, whoa, buddy. Whoa, buddy. I seen you. You thought you was slick. You thought you was slick, huh? You got caught. Got your hand caught with that compass in the square all on your ring. Thought you was cool, huh? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, now you caught. Now you got to stand on it. Yeah, come on out the shadows. Talk that talk. Yeah, say what you really is. Say what you really about. Yeah, but you been trying to hide them shadows, but you got caught. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I forgot the thing I was about to say. Oh, what book are you currently studying now for the sake of wisdom? I study the Circle 7 Quran, or the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. I got to get a different one because this one was issued by some people. Anyways, the Circle 7 Quran, and also the Holy Quran, Confucius, the Analects of Confucius, the Teachings of Buddha. What am I missing? I get into that Bible, you know what I mean, and really try to focus on what Jesus said, you know what I mean, that red letter stuff. Um, and pretty in any got this I even got this gospel hip hop. Oh, but I ain't trying to cloud chase. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to cloud chase a bit. I know. Take it easy. Uh, I try to study any of the teachings from from True and Divine Prophets. Any of the literature from True and Divine Prophets. I got the teachings of Ptah-hotep that I look at. The Kabbalion, Kybalion. That's some Hermetic teachings. The Emerald Tablets of Thoth. I haven't looked at that in a long time, but that's in there. I also have some Hadith books that I need to study more. That's actually what I'm gonna do during Ramadan, is get into my Hadiths. Yeah, so that's kind of like the summary of what I'm studying right now. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah. Oh man, hey man, that was part of the inspiration from when I created the Subordinate Hip Hop Temple. I was like, oh man, that's a genius move. The whole Temple of Hip Hop that he got, I was like, I got to incorporate that in the Moorish Science Temple of America. We got to do it. But I understood I was trying to do things a little too fast. Got to slow it down, Rami. Bring it back, reel it in. Made some mistakes, walk it back. Let's go the right way. So once I can, once we get this Supreme Grand Council issue settled, then I'll be able to, re-get this hip hop temple thing going, or subordinate hip hop temple, just be clear. You know what I mean? And that's also just between you and I, you know what I mean? Just between y'all. I think that's why Mr. Trinidadian in Canada is a little upset. I think he jealous because he didn't think of that idea. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh man, Ronnie came up with that idea before me. And I don't really, I didn't collaborate with him on some music, and he may be in his feelings. I think that may be part of why he's so upset with me. I mean, aside from the facts that I was bringing out, about his god brother and his master teachers being frauds and those things. Aside from all of that, I think there's a hint of jealousy up in that. Yeah, that Bambata situation. Hey, innocent until proven guilty is the law. But it doesn't, Anywho, let's move on. Is there any other? Check that battery. The battery cool. Is there any other questions? Any other thing I can clarify? I'm here. I ain't synced them. And I knew it. I knew they wasn't gonna show up. They be talking big stuff, man. They talk like they some big steppers. They be talking like they the Moorish gang in here. You know what I mean? Like it's gang, Islam gang in here. And they be talking down on people and this and this and that and, you know, scimitar this and scimitar that. And then I say, well, let's have a discussion. Come on. Let's have a discussion. And, you know what I mean? They be quiet. But when I leave, they be talking again. It's a little jokey joke, man. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. Please, please. I'm just joking, man. Is there any questions, though? Let's see. Is there any questions? Because I'm here.
Our prophet Noble Durali, he said that obedience to law. If you're not going to obey the prophet's law, how are you going to obey anybody else's law? Because
the brother said something so profound. I had to bring that back. Let's listen again. Can we listen? Can I get an Islam? Can I get an Islam out there? Let's listen again to what he said about listening and following the prophet's law. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, Lord.
Our prophet Noble Durali, he said that obedience to law. If you're not going to obey the prophet's law, how are you going to obey anybody else's law? Don't try to disrespect and disregard his law. And don't try to change things to fit your own groove. Act 1 of the additional law says, each said temple must be approved. That is a law. How can you say, come on over to my temple? You ain't got no temple. All the temples belong to Noble Drew Ali. Over here at my temple, my temple. Where did the subordinate temple get the number or the word mine? My temple, my temple.
My temple? Mm-hmm. Yes, Lord. Islam, good brother.
You immediately got to go to Act 1 additional laws. Each said temple must be approved by who? The prophet Noble Drew Ali. That is a law, obedience to that law. If you out there hanging your shingle up down the Moorish Science Temple of America, stop. Because the prophet said, told me, all you can do is just die. And that kind of death, I would not want. Islam? And if your Grand Sheikh and Chairman is reminding you of the prophet's law, don't argue with him. You ain't arguing with him anyway. You arguing with Noble Drew Ali. Because he's the one who wrote it. And let me share something else with you. And I ain't going to keep you too much longer.
I ain't going to keep you too much longer now. If you could open up the books now. Corinthians. Don't get to argue with me. No, sir. This ain't me. I'm just delivering the information about what Noble Drew Ali said now. And, you know, I got to say this. Much love to Braswell Bay. Much love to the brothers and sisters that are inside the Moorish Science Temple of America organization. Much love to everybody. All due respect to everybody. But there's some explaining we got to do. We got to get a little straightening on the inside, too, now. You know what I mean? I have been addressing some of these fraudulent characters and, you know, some of these scammers and some of these posers, if you will. But within the organization, we got some questions we got to ask. You know what I mean? It's going to be a little uncomfortable, but we got to get to the nitty gritty on that too. You know what I mean? With all due respect, Islam, I know it's some people that have reached out to me. Come on, Brother Rami, come on back to the temple. I'm on the way. I'm on the way. But I'm saying though, you know what I mean? The accounting, the Supreme Grand Council, we gotta, you know.
Everything the prophet wrote is divine. It's like Allah speaking to us. No, really, accept it. What the prophet wrote in the face of our enemies is our sword and our shield.
That's right.
You don't need to have a smart person. Say, I know everything. I know the law. Let me whip you. Let me spank you with the law. Let's debate. Ain't no debate when it comes to the prophet.
No.
You just tell him what he said. That knock everything down. Ain't no need to have any kind of special tape going on. Well, let me tell you how I feel about it. Just tell him what the prophet said.
That's right. That's right.
That's all you need. You don't need to prove nothing to nobody.
Nobody.
All you need to do is to prove to the prophet that you his faithful follower, and you're going to use his words. Because he is that mouthpiece for Allah Almighty right now in this day and time.
Yes.
Use him. That's what he wants you to do.
Islam.
And find fix.
Islam. Assalamu alaikum, good brother. We gonna get up. We gonna get up. You know what I mean? I hope you have a beautiful Ramadan. You know what I mean? Before I get up out of here myself, because I just seen my brother, he texted me. I gotta slide over to the studio, do a little creating. Well, actually, anyways, that ain't important. I wanted to highlight this here, because I know people that heard me say, well, true Moors, Ronnie be talking about true Moors. What's a true Moor? Well, again, it's what Noble Drew Ali said. Don't get mad at me. Let's focus on what Noble Drew Ali said, okay? And this is coming from the warning to all Muslims to be read in every meeting. Just so we clear. This isn't something new. This isn't something hidden or secret. This is something that's read or should be read at every meeting. And I'm going to read it. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical speeches while at work, in their homes, or on the streets. Radical speeches like talking about taking over the government or using arms to coerce people or to influence people to do what you want them to do. Yeah, all of that radical speech and they're the de facto and all of that kind of stuff, that would be radical speech, the stuff that we should not be doing, whether we're in our homes, whether we're at work, or in the streets. Man, Noble Drew Ali had this thing sold up. What? Let me continue. Says, we are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequence, like potentially facing a decade or more in prison and felony charges. Those are some severe consequences. Continuing, Noble Drew Ali said, we are for love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings towards the temple or the prophet. Hold on. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings towards the temple or the prophet. So those people that say, oh, you temple Moors this and you temple Moors that. Oh, and you always quote Noble Drew Ali. Those individuals. This is what it's speaking of. Or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. Understand, you got something coming to you now. Here we go. All true Moors. Let me zoom back in so y'all see that. All true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their prophet. All true Moors. So if you was wondering why Rami be saying true Moors, this is why I be saying. Because that's what Noble Drew Ali said. All true Moors will and must obey the law. I consider myself a true Moor, so I'm obeying the law. As laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card and button, cease wearing their turban and fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. I mean, I think that's about it, man. That right there just about sums it up. I don't see any other question. Let me double check if there's any other questions I missed before I get up out of here. Is there any other questions? All right, Egg B. Respect. Um, Studying Latin, that's respect. You know, I started studying Arabic. I almost got the Al Fatiha memorized. It's that last line that's really difficult. The Giedel Mak, I can't even say it, but that last line is tough. You know what I mean? The Alahim, Waladin, I like that part. You know what I mean? But that last line is tough. But we getting there. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Arakbil alameen. You know what I mean? We getting there. We getting there. Any other questions? I didn't see them folks showing up today, which was expected. They do a lot of talking, man. They do a lot of talking and they throw a lot of rocks and then try to hide their hands. There's no questions. I'm gonna go ahead and close out with a little bit from the Quran, especially on the eve of Ramadan. Here we go. Says the wrongdoers merely follow their own desires. This is Surah 30:29. The wrongdoers merely follow their own desires, being devoid of knowledge. But who will guide those whom Allah leaves astray? To them there will be no helpers. So set thou thy face truly to the religion being upright, the nature in which Allah has made mankind. No change there is in the work wrought by Allah. That is the true religion. But most among mankind know not. Turn ye in repentance to him and fear him. Establish regular prayers. And be not ye among those who join gods with Allah. Those who split up their religion and become mere sects, each party rejoicing in that which is with itself. When trouble touches men, they cry to their Lord, turning back to him in repentance. But when he gives them a taste of mercy from himself, behold, some of them pay part worship to other gods besides their Lord, as if to show their ingratitude for the favors we have bestowed on them. Then enjoy your brief day, but soon will ye know your folly. Or have we sent down authority to them, which speaks to them the things to which they pay part worship? When we give men a taste of mercy, they exult threat, and then some evil afflicts them because of what their own hands have sent forth. Behold, they are in despair. See they not that Allah enlarges the provision and restricts it to whomever he pleases? Verily, in that are signs for those who believe. Anything else? I'll read this one right here. O ye who believe, celebrate the praise of Allah and do this often. Praise be to Allah. And glory him morning and evening. He it is who sends blessings on you, as do his angels, that he may bring you out from the depths of darkness into light. And he is full of mercy to the believers. The salutation on the day they meet him will be peace. And he has prepared for them a generous reward. O prophet, truly we have sent thee as a witness, a bearer of glad tidings, and a warner, and as one who invites to Allah's grace by his leave, and as a lamp spreading light. Then give the glad tidings to the believers that they shall have from Allah a very great bounty. And obey not the behest of the unbelievers and the hypocrites, and heed not their annoyances, but put thy trust in Allah, for enough is Allah as a disposer of affairs. Oh my, I seen something. I was about to close it, man. Let me see if I can find that last second. Oh man, I seen that at the last second. I done lost the page. Maybe I can find it again. Well, maybe it wasn't meant for me to read today. Oh, wait a second. Did I find it? No, but I found something else. Let me read this. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Join not in worship others with Allah, for false worship is indeed the highest wrongdoing. All right, Islam, brother. And we have enjoined on man to be good to his parents. And travail upon travail did his mother bear him, and in years twain, when his was his waning. Hear the command: show gratitude to me and to thy parents. To me is thy final goal. O my son, establish regular prayer, enjoin what is just and forbid what is wrong, and bear with patience, constancy, whatever betide thee, for this is firmness of purpose in the conduct of affairs. And swell not thy cheek for pride at men, nor walk in insolence through the earth, for Allah loveth not any arrogant boaster. Allah loveth not any arrogant boaster. And be moderate in thy pace, and lower thy voice, for the harshest of sounds, without doubt, is the brain of the ass. I gotta check myself and not get too pumped up. And yeah, that is all for today. Much love. Last little piece. We'll last little piece. We'll last little piece. Like, we gotta do this one. What did I want to read from out of here? We, the Moorish Americans, are returning to Islam, which was founded by our forefathers for our earthly and divine salvation. What else did I wanted to read? There's one more thing I wanted to read here. The Asiatic nations and countries in North, South, Central America, the Moorish Americans and Mexicans in North America, Brazilians, Argentinians, Chileans in South America, Colombians, Nicaraguans, and natives of South Salvador in Central America, etc. All of these are Muslims. Okay, all right. That's coming from the Circle 7. The last little bit. That's how we'll close it out. We'll go to religion. The last little bit, as I close out chapter 35 from the Quran, Circle 7, which was prepared by Noble Drew Ali, but just not to be confused, it is not, the Circle 7 is not the Quran, the Holy Quran. It was brought to us by way of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Just to be clear, the Circle 7 is not taking over or a substitution for the Holy Quran. To my Muslims out there, my Muslims. But in the Circle 7 Quran, chapter 35, religion, it says, there is but one Allah, the author, the creator, the governor of the world, almighty, eternal, and incomprehensible. The sun is not Allah, though his noblest image. He enlightened the world with his brightness. His warmth giveth life to the products of the earth. Admire him as the creature, the instrument of Allah, but worship him not. To the one who is supreme, most wise, and beneficent, and to him alone belong worship, adoration, thanksgiving, and praise. And that one alone is Allah. All praise be. I think that about does it, man. We've been on here about 2 hours. Them folks didn't show up. But I did hopefully answer the questions. If there's any other questions that I didn't answer, please drop them in the comments section. If you don't want to be public and you want to ask me some questions, you can email me, iamhhsimple@gmail.com. I'm going to be away from the channel and from social media and things for a while. But to leave you with this, if nothing else, study the teachings of Noble Drew Ali. Study the teachings of all the true and divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, peace be upon them all, Musa, Moses, all of the prophets. And to my Moorish Americans out there, do our best to love instead of hate, to be about peace and not destruction. Love is the key. Love is the way. Much love to you and yours. Islam, peace, assalamu alaikum to all my Muslim brothers and sisters, all my Muslim brothers and sisters. Shalom. Yeah, I think that is everything. Even to the people that got hate, even to the people that I addressed on here that didn't show up. Yes, y'all too. I'm going to pray for y'all too. Yeah, that's it. Peace and love.